Hello everyone and welcome back to This Is Real Life. I'm your host Sheri and today is another DIY Wednesday. You might be thinking, she's not in her garage and she's not on her family room floor. I know, I'm in the kitchen. Why? Because I'll tell you, I am a huge fan of the Tasty app. I love this stinking app. It is the greatest. It's a free download. This is not sponsored. I'm just saying I love the Tasty app. It has every recipe ever in the world. It has step-by-step video. You can download all of the ingredients to like a shopping list on your phone. It's amazing. So I tend to watch the Tasty videos. And this video that's on YouTube was called Ultimate Brownies. The title says, the best brownies you will ever eat. Really? The best brownies I will ever eat? I don't know. So I thought, let's DIY our own best brownies we'll ever eat. And I'm taking it a step further. Davis and all of his friends are over tonight. You probably hear them up in the background, even though the door is shut, playing games. So I thought, I'm gonna make the best brownies I'm ever gonna eat, but I'm also gonna make the best brownies I think I've already ever eaten from the box from Betty Crocker. And I'm gonna blind taste test these kids, the ones we homemade from scratch against Betty Crocker. And we're not gonna tell them which is which. And they're gonna pick which ones are the best ones they ever ate. And we're gonna see if from this point forward in our brownie making career, we have to make them from scratch, or if we could just buy a box for like $1.99 and call it a day. So that's what we're doing today. I went to the grocery store and I tried to buy everything they used in this recipe, although some of the things were quite hard to find. So maybe these won't be the best brownies I've ever eaten because I can't find the GD ingredients to make them. But we're gonna give it a try anyways. So I'm gonna follow along and we're gonna make these brownies. I almost said these fucking brownies. DIY Wednesday, here we go. We gotta prep our tin. Here's the thing, I don't have a tin. I have a glass Pyrex dish. I hope it doesn't make a difference in the way the brownies cook because this is all I have. She says she smears butter on the bottom and then she puts, what does she put, wax paper or parchment paper? So she says butter and parchment. I pulled out wax paper. I think I have parchment paper. Okay, hold on, let me see. I had parchment paper, so we are not off track from the very beginning. So let's prep this. She literally smears it in with her hands, but I'm gonna try to use the paper. That's how my mom taught me to do it, so I didn't get butter all over my fingers. And then parchment. She has her so nicely cut to fit. We'll do it, we'll do it. We need to be just like her. I'm getting scissors. Oh, I wanted to time me too to see how long these suckers took before we even get them in the oven, because I know Betty Crocker doesn't take that long. It's 8:20, don't forget. She goes one this way, right? So, then she takes one and she goes this way. So she presses this down, puts butter on the top. I think I need to like put some butter right here so the other one sticks. Okay, ooh, that's good. And then she puts this aside. Boom. Okay, now she has a cutting board and some chocolate. So I have a cutting board here. I just washed it. Okay, so right away, grocery store. No dealer's choice. But I got Ghirardelli. I feel like that's a nice chocolate. It's not cheap chocolate. She uses the semi or bittersweet. This one says bittersweet. She does say 80%. They didn't have that, so I had to get 60.
And the chocolate bar you want to use is dealer's choice.
8 ounces.
Really?
Oh no, I did not pay attention to that. This says only 4 ounces, but don't you worry, I have a backup. This is a Hershey one, and it is semi-sweet, 4 and 4. I have to use both. She just kind of chops it. Maybe Hershey's and Ghirardelli together make dealer's choice. Ooh, this one looks good.
We're gonna double up on the chocolate, so we're gonna use cocoa powder as well.
She just puts it into a glass bowl. So perfect. That's what I'm gonna do. So now she's telling us that since we have our chocolate in our bowl, we're doubling up on the chocolate.
Because we wanted a really rich we went with the Dutch processed, but we're always looking for that intense flavor.
Quarter
We're
cup.
gonna add even
Quarter cup, quarter cup, quarter cup. Quarter cup in our bowl. So now she says something really crazy that I've never heard of in brownies before, ever. Espresso powder. But I got it. 1 tablespoon of espresso powder. Okay. A little less than a tablespoon, so pop, pop. Then it says hot melted butter is next. 1 1/4 cups of hot melted butter. Let me melt some melt. So let me go melt some butter in the microwave and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've melted my butter and it looks like she just pours it right on into that.
It's not gonna taste like coffee or espresso, it's really just another flavor enhancer.
Okay, so she whisks it. However, it did say let sit for 2 minutes so that it melts. So I guess I have to let it sit before I whisk it. We want to do it right. Oh man, I can smell that espresso powder, I'll tell you what. So let's wait for 2 minutes. Something like that for another 30 seconds. La la la. Okay, seriously, it's been 2 minutes, it's fine. Let's stir it all around like she did. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. It's getting nice and creamy. And she even goes like, oh, nope, I saw a chunk. Come on. She only stirred hers for like a second. The magic of video. That clearly was not real life because oh, okay, here we go. Now it looks good. What's next? I need a bowl.
Sugars, we have granulated sugar.
2 cups granulated sugar. Okay. 1, 2, that's good enough. Okay, boom. And I got the dark brown sugar, even though I already had light brown sugar in my cupboard. I got the dark brown, okay. 1/2 cup dark brown sugar. 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Gosh, she goes so fast. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. 1, 2. And then 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. I have Morton salt. I don't know if it's kosher or if it's not, but it's the salt I have. So 2 teaspoons of kosher salt or Morton's. 1, 2. Now she gets another
So we're
bowl.
gonna have 6 eggs and always crack your eggs into a separate bowl in case you
For 6 eggs, and she says to always crack them into a separate bowl. Fuck, there's a lot of bowls here. I'm gonna wash that one. So I washed a bowl because this is real life and I don't want to end up with a sink full of dirty dishes. So I just am reusing this one for my 6 eggs over a separate bowl in case we get any shell, which we won't because I am an expert egg cracker. 6. Perfect. Rinse my fingers off. And moving on. This is where she starts mixing everything together. Add 1 egg to the mixture. Boom. Okay. I'm locked and loaded. Let's do this. We're gonna start mixing this. We're gonna add the eggs. We don't have to add them one at a time. And then we have to beat the living crap out of this to where it looks like super thick pancake batter. There we go. And I'm gonna add the rest. Good. She said you gotta get a lot of air in there. It does not look like, oh, there's a lot at the bottom. All right, let's keep beating it. Okay, again, she must have really beat that for a very long time. Number 1, I've been beating this for goddamn ever. Number 2, mine doesn't look as light as hers yet, nor is it super thick pancake batter. These kids may never get to eat brownies. I guess I'll just keep beating it. Literally, I went ahead and it says whipped for 10 minutes. Okay, great. Okay, 10 minutes. Let's go. Okay, it's been 8 minutes of whipping, and now we're getting somewhere. It's light, it's kind of thick, it's like definitely doubled in size. We have 2 more minutes to go. Let's do it. Okay, now the exciting part. She says we get to pour in the beautiful ganache that we made. Here it is, right here. So she has her thing going, and she pours it in. Look at that. Yeah, damn, that looks good. Okay, turn that to the side. Ugh, I gotta get a separate bowl from a flour. Okay, 1 cup all-purpose flour. Oh, okay, I don't need a separate bowl. I'm gonna sift right on top of that bowl. Yay, 1 less bowl for me to clean. So 1 cup of flour sifted over our bowl. And then she says we're gonna do the same with the cocoa powder too. You can only do 1 thing at a time, lady. Do it from here, do it into here, and then level, because you don't want your flour to be too dense, kind of like that. We have to sift this over this. Sifting, sifting, sifting. And see, those big balls of flour, apparently you don't want those in your brownies. And now, 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. Do that off like that. Sift it into the mixture. Perfect, perfect.
And fold.
Oh, and fold.
Because we
Okay.
beat all that air into the eggs. We don't want to totally deflate that for the
Okay,
bubble.
hold on, lady. I'm still folding. How did she get hers so smooth? Again, not real life. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's coming. Okay, let's get our prepped tin, which is Pyrex. We're gonna pour the batter in, smooth it out. This is pretty thick batter. Oh my God, there's a whole section not incorporated. Oh my God, okay, whoopsie. All right, let's fold that in. Okay, whew, that was a close one. One thing I can say is Betty Crocker does not make this much batter. Just making level, making it level. Okay, we can get it into the oven. And it's only 9:17. Hopefully these don't have to cook for that long. At 350
After about 20 minutes, we're going to take them out.
for 20 minutes. Okay, into the oven they go. So the brownies are in at 350 for 20 minutes. We're gonna take them out at 20 minutes. You slam them on the counter and it cracks the top and gives you a really good bake. Oh, then you have to bake them for 25 more whole
You will
minutes.
have a good amount of comes out on the toothpick.
I don't think these
Trust
kids are
us,
spending
leave
the
them there for
night.
like 45 minutes.
Well, great. While that's happening, I'm gonna clean this up and then I'm gonna start my Betty Crocker brownies and get those in the oven too. And then it will be midnight. Okay, so I've cleaned up my first mess so that I can make another mess. I have 6 minutes left to go before I have to whack the best brownies. So I'm gonna whip together the Betty Crocker. What I love about Betty Crocker is literally I need this box, 2 eggs, a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, and 3 tablespoons of water. Love her already. I have prepared my baking dish and I said screw that noise with cutting the thing and putting it over. I just put 1 big piece and then I pressed it all in, put butter over the top, setting it aside. Our friend Betty, stir brownie mix, water, oil, and eggs in a medium bowl until well blended. Spread in a pan and bake. Okay, I think I can do that before the timer runs out on those ones. All right, that all looks even. So when I put those back in, these are going in with it. And that was fast. All right, let's move these. Let's get those puckers out of the thing. Whack them. So I've taken the best brownies out of the oven and she literally just told me this is her favorite tip of the whole recipe.
And into the oven it goes. This is like my favorite tip of the whole recipe. Take the brownies out and slam them on your kitchen counter. It's gonna...
I don't know how bad I can whack this Pyrex on my kitchen counter. So I'm gonna put the cutting board down and maybe that'll absorb some of the whack. So we're gonna whack it. I think that's a pretty good whack. Ooh, okay. That was a pretty good whack. Now I'm gonna get some kosher salt. Not kosher salt, sea salt. I don't know how I feel about this. I've never had sea salt on a brownie before. She says it's optional but highly recommended. Okay, Okay, so they both have to go back in for 25 minutes. So yay, they'll both come out at the same time. Then when they come out, they need to cool. Then I can cut them and then we can do the blind taste test if everybody hasn't gone home by that time, because it will be 10:30 by the time they're cooled and cut. So we might just have Davis taste test them, or we might have a group of kids taste them. Who knows? We'll see. You know why? Because this is real life and shit doesn't always turn out like you planned. Who knew that it was gonna take me an hour to get the brownies in the oven and then 40 minutes to cook them? I didn't. Okay, I'll be back in 25 minutes. Okay, so that's the sound of the buzzer. Let's get these brownies out of that oven. Okay, so Betty, Best. We just have to take them out of here and let them cool. Okay, how am I gonna get this out? Oh my God, this is a bad idea. Oh, that was almost a bad idea. All right, so right away we can see Betty, she's much lighter. Best, much darker. These look super chocolatey. Yeah, we're just gonna let them cool, and then we're gonna cut them, and then we're gonna taste test them, and it's gonna be fabulous. So the kids are getting ready to leave. These have been cooling for maybe 15 minutes. They still feel kind of warm, but I gotta get some of them cut so that we can do our taste test. Okay, I labeled 2 plates, the bottom. One says Best, the other one says Betty. These do look good, I will say that. They look scrumptious, and they're still hells hot. So I have a feeling it's gonna be a dead giveaway as to what ones were homemade and what ones were not. That's okay. And now we'll cut Betty. Betty feels ooey gooey too. So great, those were really shitty cuts. Oh well. Betty's definitely thinner. Probably because we didn't whip it for 10 minutes. So let's calm them down. Dun 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 dun. Okay, here comes the taste test. So here are all the boys. They have no idea which brownies are which. You don't know this, but I made brownies from scratch. They're supposed to be the best brownies you'll ever eat, according to tasty.com.
Okay.
Then I made brownies from a box, Betty Crocker. So we're gonna decide if the homemade best brownies are really the best brownies you're ever gonna eat, or is Betty Crocker, okay?
Okay.
So, we don't know which one's which. You might be able to tell by looking at them, but you might not. Go ahead, try one.
You have to go in order?
No, just do whatever you want. Someone can grab one from one. When you eat one, I just put paper towels down in case you hated them and you need to spit them out. Who knows?
Okay.
Any thoughts?
I mean, that was the brownie.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
These are the best ones, 100%. I have a
You think
feeling those
so?
are the best ones.
You think so?
I believe-
Okay.
I believe
Try.
it.
And they're like fresh out of the oven. If you can't tell, they're super warm.
I think, yeah.
I think these are homemade.
I think these ones.
These ones are the tasty ones. And
Oh, I don't-
actually
Okay,
I
I don't
well-
like these ones.
You don't like
Okay, well the
What?
question is not which ones are from Betty and which ones are from Tasty.
Oh.
The question is, which ones do you like the best?
These.
Those ones.
Okay, wait,
Really?
who's
I
playing?
like this one.
Yeah.
So you said the wrong
So,
answer. That one had like sea salt or something.
It did have sea salt, which she did say was optional, but she said that she highly recommends it.
Okay.
If it didn't have sea salt on it, would you have liked it better?
I probably, yeah, I would probably have
It's
picked that
supposed to
one.
bring out like the chocolate or
Yeah,
whatever.
that was my only thing. I just didn't
Okay,
like the sea
so
salt.
my own kid likes box brownies, so that saves me a shit ton of time because those took 6 minutes and these took an hour. So perfect. But these are, would you say, the best brownies
Yes.
you've ever
Yeah,
eaten?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, yay! Taste test done. All right, thank you. You want more brownies to take home with you? So the kids have spoken. 4 out of 5 kids say the tasty best brownies you're ever gonna eat are literally the best brownies you're ever gonna eat. And I just tried them. They're very, very chocolatey. Very chocolatey. Betty Crocker? Definitely not as good. No. Now, If I would have never eaten this best brownie and I just ate Betty Crocker, I would be like, oh yeah, Betty Crocker's the shit. It's good. You never knew about the best brownies you were ever gonna eat. But now that I know Betty Crocker doesn't hold the candle, these are good, actually now. Davis didn't like the sea salt on top. She said that was optional. I don't mind it. Ooh, that brownie is a good brownie. It's very rich, very rich. So, whereas you may be able to eat like 5 Betty Crocker brownies because they're not rich at all, you can only eat one of these. I mean, just look at the difference. If you have Davis as your son, you can get away with making these. And these aren't bad. They're okay. In a pinch, like I said, what'd it take? 6 minutes to whip up and 25 minutes in the oven? Yeah, they're perfectly fine. However, okay, so it took me like an hour to mix, but I was also talking and doing everything. So I feel like I could have mixed them together in maybe about 30 minutes or so. 30 minutes to mix them together, and then 20 minutes to cook them, and then 20 minutes to cook them in. So it's like 40 minutes. So you're like an hour and 15 minutes. Is it worth an hour and 15 minutes? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Tasty? Those are pretty damn good brownies. 4 out of 5 kids and 1 mom said so. All right, everybody. That is another episode of DIY Wednesday, where we DIY'd the best brownies we're ever gonna eat. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Share this video with your family and friends. And as always, thanks for hanging out.